All right, good evening, everybody. It's 7:01, so we will begin our meeting. First, call to order, which we are taking care of now. Next, I will call the roll. Rich Chamorro,
Here.
okay, good, yeah. David Fortin,
Here.
okay. Jeff Kelleher,
Here.
Mike Bernardi,
Here.
Roy Bradley,
Here.
Michelle Waz,
Here.
Charlene Perkins Cutler. I see you in the corner there.
Here.
Okay, and Barry Sheed.
Here.
All right, and myself, Mike Doherty, Chair. Okay, so we have a full board. We can skip the next order of business, which is to see an alternate if necessary, and move on to the approval of the minutes from the September 8th, 2020 regular meeting. I have a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved. Michael.
Mike Bernardi. Mike Bernardi made a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second. Fred Chamorro.
Ray Broderick seconds. All right, we'll go on to discussion for additions, changes, omissions. Anyone have anything? You just throw your hand up in the air so I can see, and then we'll go ahead. No one has any changes they'd like to make to the minutes? Okay. Hearing none, I'll call the roll again for the vote. For those seated as full board members, Mr. Chamorro,
Aye.
Mr. Fortin,
Aye.
Mr. Kelleher,
Aye.
Mr. Bradford. Mr. Bradford
Aye.
and Mr. Bernardi,
Aye.
and myself is also an aye, so that motion carries. All right, under item number 5, public comment instructions. Anyone that has any comments they like to make, you can click on the chat and type a question in if you have one at any time. Otherwise, we will in fact take questions during item number 8, public comments.
Disabled chat for planning and zoning, so they'll have to raise their hand.
Pardon?
I disabled chat for planning and zoning, so they have to raise their hand.
Oh, okay. If you apparently the chat's been disabled, so if you wish to make a comment when we go to public comment, just raise your hand, and we'll recognize you from there. All right. Item number 6, so business. Item A, update on the state. Karen.
Okay, so we did receive, 1,247,633 from the, state of Connecticut for the Department of Ed ECS grant, which is approximately 1/4 of what we budgeted. For fiscal year 2021, we budgeted 4,990,532, so that seems to be on schedule. Other than that, no other further updates. The new biennial budget should be rolling around soon, so we'll be looking forward to that. I think we sometimes get that around February, so we can start planning with that. The only other update that I'm aware of right now is our governor has extended certain executive orders until February of 2021, which pertains to, public meetings and public referendums and things of that nature. I personally don't have any other updates on the state. Jay, do you?
No. Fred Chamorro.
I have a question.
You heard anything on the steep grants? I understand that they have approved some of those.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Karen, I didn't have a chance to research it today or check with anybody. Do you know, did you hear anything?
Yeah, County Road, I guess, so that's one of the county road bridges that's under our local bridge project that we're working.
I'm having a hard time hearing Karen. I hear her, but I can't understand her. I'm sorry.
So we did get a speed grant for County Road Culvert. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, and Crystal just gave me that information today, but I have not had a chance to research it. We're working on town audit. And it's a very long daunting process right now because everything's remotely, so that's been really pushing me behind. In order, to keep up with some other things. So I'll try to research that on Thursday. Town hall's closed tomorrow.
okay,
And then-
I will check tomorrow also, and if I find anything, I will email it to you, Karen.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Fred. Yeah. go ahead.
Hi, Phase one. In addition to the steep grant for County Road Culvert, a wetlands application was submitted for the Peak Brook Bridge. That will be held, or that will be addressed at the next wetlands meeting, but I put the application in this week. That's the other, we have other bridges waiting in line. At one time, we thought about doing two at once. We're getting into the fall, winter season. We're not gonna do that now. We're gonna deal with Peak Brook first, then move on to the other bridges. So that's where we are with the steep grants and the Peak Brook Bridge. Thank you.
Okay, item B would be the update on the local bridges. So
You just gave us.
Just did it.
I think we're all set on that unless anybody has any questions.
No, we're not even anywhere near ready for going out for a ban or anything at this time either. We're still in the whole engineering process, so I think it's still gonna be another year to 2 years before we're even able to break ground on any of that.
I think everything's done.
Yep.
That held up that way. Okay, item C, update on town hall renovations.
Okay, again, it's Jay. We're going out on bids for some of those things. Because the inner doors, for those of you that have come here, are gonna be locked to prevent public access. We've had issues in the last couple of weeks with individuals. 4 individuals walked into the building office. 1 individual walked into the tax collector's office. Because of that, those doors will be locked. Because they're gonna be locked, we need crash bars on the inside for the fire marshal. We've been going out to bids on that. And we are also looking at other options for contractors. So that's still in the process right now. We're also looking for additional funding from the state. And this is due to some of the reimbursement we expect because of COVID, because the town hall renovation was because of the COVID. So we put in for a reimbursement. We're hoping to use some of that reimbursement towards the funding for the town hall. That's about where we stand now.
Any
Thank
questions?
you.
Any questions? Okay. There are none. We will move on to new business. Item A, update on the tax collector's
Oh, I
office.
got everything?
This is,
You're nice.
Why aren't I sitting there? Damn it. Never mind. Jay again. What it is we found because of, we're gonna need additional assistance in the tax collector's office. Karen has worked up a budget. She's consulted with, Linda, and it's gonna be approximately $5,500, give or take. And this is to, fund additional assistance in that office. A lot of this is due to, a program where we have staff with children because of COVID will be taking additional time off at a reduced rate of pay, but we still need the bodies in the office. That's about where we are right now with that.
We're asking for the Board of Finance to allow us to overextend that budget up to 5,500.
And this would be the period, this week, if you will, through February, and perhaps longer. We'll have to wait and see. So what we're asking for now is $5,500 from Board of Finance.
so you're looking for that money from the
Right.
Board of Finance?
No,
Or
basically. we
just
can-
to overspend your budget and move it
We can
within?
overexpend the tax collector's budget, not the overall town budget. We know we'll have some surpluses. In worst case scenario, at the end of the year, then we would have to transfer from the contingency. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for an approval to overexpend up to $5,500 in the tax collector's budget to cover additional staffing due to COVID.
All right, so I would accept the motion to allow the approval of the tax collector's budget to be overspent by $5,500 at this time. To cover staffing requirements due to COVID-19. Someone want to make that as a motion?
I'll move, Horton here, I'll move to overexpend the tax collector's budget up to the amount of $6,500 for $6,500.
$5,500.
I said $6,500 for staffing due to COVID-19.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Mr. Bradrick seconds. Discussion.
Just for two things, just for clarification, Dave Fortin, I don't know if you heard, it was 5,500, not 6,500. And just a question, would there be any reimbursement from the state due to, for COVID funds that they're providing to towns for such contingencies?
On payroll, I'm not sure. On payroll, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we have no way of knowing at this time, but it's something that we can apply for.
Yeah, this is the Federal Family First Leave Act or something like that. That's in
FMLA.
addition to the CARES Act. It's similar to the Family Medical Leave Act that's non-paid, but this is a paid leave act.
Right. No, yeah, I understand. I was just wondering if there was a possibility
sure.
down the road.
I'm not sure.
Okay,
But there is some things that we're able to get reimbursement for with the municipal CRF, which is the Coronavirus Relief Act. But at this time, this is all in the new year, and we're still trying to work on reimbursements from fiscal year ending June 30, 2020. And we don't know what they're going to extend those benefits into this new year that we're in, the new current fiscal year.
okay,
But it's definitely something we will look into. Every possible reimbursement, both myself and Crystal have already applied for on the town side. And I know Janice is working diligently with the state on the Board of Ed side for as much
okay.
reimbursement as
That's
possible.
fine. I was just curious if it was a possibility. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
may I amend my motion? I can barely hear you and Karen, and my speakers are at 100%. So I was incorrect in my motion at 6,500. I would like to amend my motion to 5,500. If that's not legal, I would welcome a friendly amendment, Mr. Kelleher.
no, that's understandable. We were having some issues on this end as well. And on the second? Do we have
Still
a
second.
concern on that? Roy, we do, okay. So the motion is, in fact, $5,500. All right, any other discussion? Hearing none? How do you vote, Mr. Chamorro?
Aye.
Mr. Fortin?
Aye.
Mr. Kellner?
Aye,
Mr. Bernardi?
Aye.
Mr. Bradrick?
aye.
And myself, I vote aye. So the motion carries. Okay. Next order of business would be to review the draft of the Board of Finance meeting schedule for 21-22. That's something that has to be into the Secretary of State's office. The meeting, I believe, for January 12th, yes, is already scheduled. So
Yeah.
the one that's at the top of the list, January 12th, 2021, was approved on last year's schedule. Same as the one on the bottom, January 11, 2022, is already pre-approved for the following year. The remainder of the year for our regularly scheduled meetings, that has to be into to the state. So this is, a preliminary, list. We can vote on it tonight if everybody's good with it. If anybody wants to take some time to look at it, we definitely have to approve it at the December meeting. So if there's any changes, if you think there may possibly be some changes, we can table it for tonight and vote on it at our December 10th meeting, December 8th meeting rather. Or if you all think that it looks good now, we could vote on it at this time. Does anyone have any issues with it? I don't hear any. Would someone like to make a motion that we approve it tonight?
Motion to approve the Board of Finance meeting for year 21-22.
Thank you, Mr. Bernardi. And do we have a second?
I'll second it. I'll second it.
All right, we have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Chamara, how say you?
Aye.
Mr. Fortin?
Aye.
Mr. Kelleher?
Aye.
Mr. Bernardi?
Aye.
Mr. Braderick?
Aye.
And I also vote aye. So we have in fact approved our meeting schedule for 21-22. Thank you.
I will change that from draft to approved, and I'll send everybody an update.
Yep.
copy.
Sounds good. Okay, the next order of business on the schedule was the Board of Ed transfer request to non-lapsing account. Due to the fact that they're in the midst of their audit over there right now, and there are some things that they have to get squared away. We are waiting for an opinion from the auditors. So therefore, I would like to table it at this time until either our next meeting, or if necessary, we could have a special meeting between now and then. But again, we right now been recommended that we get an opinion from the auditors. So can I have a motion to that effect?
I would move that we table the request dated September 11th by the Woodstock Public Schools for transfer to the non-lapsing account until our next meeting. Mike, what is that date?
Next meeting will be December 8th.
Until December 8th.
Second.
All right, so we have a motion, we have a second, yeah, we need to have a special meeting, I can call a special meeting. Okay, any discussion on that? Hearing none, Mr. Chamorro, how say you?
Aye.
Mr. Fortin,
Aye.
Mr. Kelleher,
Aye.
Mr. Bernardi,
Aye.
Mr. Braderick,
Aye.
and I also vote aye. All right, that takes care of that. Next item of business is the quarterly reports ending 9/30/2020. You should have both the town side and the Board of Ed. Hopefully you've had a chance to look at those. If anyone has any questions, go ahead and speak up. Do I take that as a no? I guess we're all set. Roy, you all set with it? Any questions? Mr. Bradrick, do you have any questions?
No questions.
No questions, okay. Charlene, do you have any questions?
I'm good, thanks.
You're good, okay. Mr. Shi, do you have any questions? No? Mr. Kelleher?
Not unless Janice has anything she needs to point out to us.
All right, we'll check with Mr. Tomorrow.
No questions.
No questions, okay. Mr. Fortin?
No questions.
Mr. Bernardi?
No, no questions.
Michelle?
Questions?
All right. Then we will move on to item number 8, public comment. Do you have any public comments? All right, I see Mr. Richardson has his hand up.
Hi, I've got 2 issues to comment on. The
We
first
lost the
one,
volume.
can you hear me?
No,
Not too well.
we did, but
Try again.
try it again, Dave.
He's muted.
You're muted right now.
I'm asking him to unmute.
Hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Ed
him.
can hear me.
I can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you, Dave.
I can hear you, Dave.
Okay. I've got 2 items to comment on. The first item is, I believe the next meeting is the audit review. And I would request that the draft audit report be posted in accordance with Executive Order 7, S7 and 7B, so that the public can review it ahead of the meeting. And I'd also note at this point that the supporting documents for the September 8th meeting still haven't been posted. The second item I'd want to comment on is on May 5th, the Board of Finance ordered or approved the transfer of $150,000 from Fund 51 account, the healthcare reserve, to the Board of Education. Emails from May 7th suggest that this was done. A review of the unaudited year-end expense report for the Board of Education showed no sign of any of these funds. The budget that was passed in May of 2019 and the expenses shown were under that budget, the one from 2019, which is now, I guess, under review from the last discussion. The question is where's the $150,000? And if it was spent, where did it go?
Dave,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
yes.
Okay. Right now, this is being reviewed by your attorney and our attorney, if you recall. So I feel that this is not up for public discussion until we have information from our attorneys.
Okay,
And I think
we'll do it that way.
Going forward, that's the way it should be handled. There's been quite a bit of paperwork transmitted back and forth, and there's been time between transmissions to make reviews, make comments and whatnot, and there still hasn't been any final resolution come to on that point. So this is really not the place to discuss that.
Okay, well, we'll do it the other way then.
Well, we're already doing it the other way. which was brought on your part, so.
Well, it's unfortunate that we couldn't have gotten a straight answer in the beginning, so we'll go that way. Thank you.
Okay. Any other public comment? Go ahead, Mike.
Preston,
Who's that down below there?
Preston Schultz.
Oh, Preston. Go ahead.
He has to unmute himself.
You have yourself muted, Preston.
He's good now.
Oh.
We can't hear him though.
We have no voice.
I think it's a setting on his side. We can't hear him.
We have no voice.
He can phone into the meeting if he wants to try it that way. He can call in, but we can't.
Well, he must have an agenda, so he obviously.
Yeah, but I
Right.
mean, no one can hear what he's saying.
We don't know. Mike can tell me.
Right, and he has,
Preston, can you hear us?
give us the thumbs up.
All right,
Okay,
we cannot hear you. We have not heard a word you said. I don't think he's giving a thumbs up. I think he's just waving his hands around while he's talking.
Oh, that's a thumbs up.
yeah, okay.
But
Yeah.
can you, we cannot get any volume from you whatsoever.
On his settings, I think, somewhere.
You
'Cause-
want him to call?
yeah, he should call in.
Try, Preston, try calling in. That's what he's doing now. Yes. Just be gentle. Nothing.
Mike, can Preston use the chat function?
I disabled it because Jeff Gordon wanted it disabled for planning and zoning, and it's a systemic thing. I can go log on and see if I,
Right now it's disabled.
Okay, thanks.
I'll check, I'll see.
They had an issue for the NZ, and so it was disabled. And right
Okay, thank you.
now, it's not functioning.
Preston left the, I'm hoping he's gonna try to call in.
But he's left from. All right, well, we're gonna give Preston some time here to see if he can call in.
Mike, I couldn't hear you.
Mike, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Same thing, I lost the audio mic.
I think we all did.
Yep.
Okay, try that now.
Can you hear us?
Now we can, yay.
Okay, you can hear us.
Because we can't hear them.
All right, we're not hearing any of you right now.
Ask someone, well, they're all muted. Ask someone to speak.
Could I get,
Mike? Nope, lost you again.
Yeah, I can't hear you either. Can you hear
I
me?
hear you, Mike.
I can hear you, Dave.
I can hear everybody but Mike.
Yep.
Me too.
Mike, breaker 19.
And there's no chat function, so we can't communicate with them.
Very frustrating.
Yeah.
We have to be able to, we have to be able to have proper meetings. It's
We
very-
do. This is
This is not working.
You're back. I can
Planning
hear
and zoning
Karen.
never has problems. Sorry.
How we
I
do-
don't, this meeting and selectmen, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, they all look at me.
Okay,
Well, the
I
common
think
denominator.
you're on again.
Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you.
Mr. Bernardi, can you hear us?
I can
Now
hear
we
you.
hear you.
Yep.
They can hear us, but,
Yeah, but we
oh,
we
wait,
cannot hear
okay, try
you.
that, try that. I think it's good.
Michelle, was that you laughing? I heard you.
It was me laughing.
Good, excellent, there we go. Okay, do we have any other from the board?
Yes.
Go ahead, Fred.
Well, we're putzing around there. I was multitasking. And if you give me a second, I did send a text and found out that Woodstock was approved for $128,205 in steep funding for the replacement of a bridge and culvert on County Road. This will be matched by $1,906, $972.50 from the town.
Correct. Yeah.
I will send you that announcement in the morning, Karen.
Thank you, Fred. Okay, anyone else? Well, we still have not heard from Preston. Correspondence and announcements. The only thing that I have at this time is that our next meeting will be December the 12th. The 8th. Why do I keep saying the 12th? It's December 8th. Everybody hear that? December 8th? Okay. And that is the only announcement I have. Again, as I say, we haven't heard back from Mr. Schultz. So if he should have any questions, if anybody speaks with him, I don't know, Dave, if you see him, Mr. Richardson, you can let him know that he could email in and, whatever the question or comment was, and we will address it.
Okay, I'll give him a call and let him know.
All right, thank you. And if no one has anything else, then I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Seconded.
Do we have a
Thanks,
second?
Laura.
Do we have any discussion? Really don't want to talk about that, do you? All those in favor, just say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Very good. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Be safe.
Bye, Mike.
Take care, everybody.
Aye.
Bye.